Plaintiff, Amy Howell, says after she started dating the defendant, he became mentally and physically abusive. And he once kidnapped her and her daughter and locked them in a room for 4 hours. Amy's suing her ex because she claims he's withholding her daughter's property. Defendant Philip Jones says Amy's only suing him because she's mad that Philip called Child Protective Services on her. Philip claims he called CPS after Amy allowed their daughter to smoke marijuana, and he denies owing her for anything.
Start with you.
Your Honor, I started dating Mr. Jones back in '92. Right away, our relationship became very controlling and abusive, both mentally and physically. One example I can give you is a time when we were at one of my witness right here's house. We got into a heated argument in her restroom, and he clocked me in the face, Your Honor, in my eye with a porcelain duck and left a scar right here I have for evidence. Another incident, Your Honor, is he kidnapped me and my daughter, who was
What year was this?
This was in '93. He kidnapped me and my daughter, who was 1.5 years old at the time, who I had with another gentleman, and locked us in a room at a family member's house for about 4 hours. That was a reaction to me trying to break up with him.
Did the police get involved?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else you want to tell me?
Yes, we were in several different arguments. I was young. I didn't really know how to get out of the relationship. I did try to date. One incident, I had a gentleman over at my house. Mr. Jones came over and kicked down my front door. I got into another relationship a few months later. I went over to a gentleman's home. Mr. Jones found out where that was, came over and busted the windows out.
What year was this?
This would be in '94, '95.
All right. Did you get either a restraining order or press charges?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Can we move on to maybe what's happened in the last 3 years? Give me
Okay. Yes, Your Honor. We have a daughter together. She's now 16.
No, I'm referring to the abuse.
The abuse after that was no longer because we stopped dealing.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Okay, and so you all have a daughter together?
Yes.
As of?
'97.
All right. Let's get to him. You want to give me some background, and you can refute what happened in the '90s where I stopped her, and then catch up to whatever you want me to know about you all sharing the child together.
Yes, Your Honor. Everything previously, total malarkey. I'm going to jump to where we are at right now, Your Honor. This is a personal vendetta against my kid's mom because I called CPS on her. I called CPS on her because me and
When?
I'll say 3 months ago.
What did she do?
She allowed my daughter to smoke marijuana.
That's a lie.
She allowed my daughter to smoke marijuana. And with that
How did you find that out?
Because me and my kids, my daughter, she had openly admitted that she was smoking marijuana from her attendance in school, from her grades in school. And
When did she say her mother allowed her, though?
Yes, that was her way of dealing with my daughter.
Here, take some marijuana.
No, actually saying basically she didn't actually give it to her. She just said the stuff, you know what I'm saying, that it was okay.
Okay,
as
go
long as
ahead
you-
and smoke marijuana.
Yeah,
That's
as
at
long
age
as you bring me-
16?
Yes, sir.
Okay, authorize her to smoke marijuana?
Yeah, authorized.
And your daughter told you that?
Yeah.
All right, good enough. And so you filed the charges with CPS, Child Protective Services.
Yes, sir.
And what did they do?
They did an investigation where she refused to allow my daughter or her to be tested, and that's all I hear about this
That's a
case.
lie.
You don't know whether it was dismissed or not?
No,
You
Your
didn't
Honor.
follow up?
Yes, I actually followed up.
And they wouldn't give you an answer?
No, they did not.
They said, nope, not gonna tell you.
No, Your Honor. They just said They just basically said that she refused to let her.
And they said, that's the way it goes. If someone refuses to allow you to investigate, they'll come back and say, well, she wouldn't let us in, so that's the end. That's the end of that. It's not how that goes, sir. Go ahead, ma'am.
Your Honor, I have a signed consent form to CPS to interview my child.
You signed it?
Me and my daughter signed that. I believe her signature's
So
on
not
there.
only did you provide access, you signed something allowing the investigation, and what was the result?
It was negative. They asked me if they could perform a drug test on my daughter. Me and her both said yes. They decided not to do it for their own reasons, and case was closed in 30 days.
Personal property, how does he owe for that?
Your Honor, in April of 14, she became a little disrespectful and was not doing well in school. I decided to let her go live with her dad to see if that would improve. She came home for a weekend to visit me and informed me that him and his wife were separating. So I wanted to keep her home because living circumstances had changed. Not only that, but I checked on her grades and they were all D's and F's, Your Honor.
See it.
So that showed me that that wasn't
He
a
said
great
that's
idea.
because you allowed her to smoke weed.
Yeah,
Were
supposedly.
they like this before she moved over?
Yes, they
with
were.
you?
That's why I sent her to go live with him to see if he
Gotcha,
could.
and in fact, they got worse. All right, go ahead.
I made several attempts to get her belongings by contacting him, going to his home. There was no set schedule for his work day or whatever.
And what happened?
I was unable to reach him or get her things.
How long has this been?
Since June of 14.
You have not spoken with him since she moved?
I've spoken with him several times.
Okay, and what does he say?
Yes, you can have them. Yes, I will bring them to you.
Okay.
Never
And-
happens.
All right. How about you coming to pick them up?
Went there, no answer at the door, not home. Your Honor, he lives an hour and a half away too, so I've only
But
done
you've
that.
never been able to come to an agreement that you could come there at such and such time and I'll be here and allow you to get the things.
No.
Because
Your Honor.
quite frankly, he doesn't have an obligation to bring them to you.
No.
So even though he told you, I'll bring them there, that's not his obligation.
He kidnapped me and my daughter, who was 1.5 years old at the time, who I had with another gentleman, and locked us in a room at a family member's house for about 4 hours. That was a reaction to me trying to break up with him.
Plaintiff Amy Howell dated the defendant, and she claims he was so abusive that he once kidnapped her and locked her in a room for 4 hours.
Sir, what do you want to tell me about the property?
The property, Your Honor, I told her several different times that I was in the process from moving from one apartment to the other. And with that being said, everybody's stuff was in just total chaos. Now, I told her that if she wanted them that bad, come and get them. No, I'm not driving there. No, I'm not driving there. And she would never come. So
she's never agreed to come?
No, and she did not show up at my door. She hasn't been to get them when I said she can have them, because I said she can have them.
And you all were unable to set up a date?
No.
Have you ever refused to set up a date with her?
Never.
So why do you think she's suing you? Because of the vendetta of what again? What's the vendetta?
The personal vendetta
Because you
of
filed something against her that was dismissed?
Yes, sir.
All right. Ma'am, do you have any evidence that you attempted to get her things?
I don't have evidence for that, no, Your Honor.
And you say you've tried how many times since June, ma'am?
Uncountable, 20 plus times.
And does your witness have anything to add? Ma'am, do you have anything to add?
I was present when she has
All right, stand up and state your name.
I'm Michelle Crew, and I was present when she had spoke to Mr. Jones about receiving the stuff.
And what did you hear?
I heard her asking him to bring the stuff, if she could, even her daughter asked if she
All
could
right,
go
where's
get
the property now?
It's in my possession, Your Honor, at my house.
Okay. And weren't you notified that you were being sued for the property?
Yes, sir.
Why didn't you call and try and get it to her?
At that point in time, Your Honor, I was still debating
Oh,
whether...
you're still debating. All right. Well, you keep debating on whether you want to get it to her. In the meantime, pay for it. $910 is your judgment.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Hopefully we can still co-parent.
Yeah, not a problem.
Hard feelings?
Yeah, not at all. She's just gonna have to finally drive to where I lived and, make an effort to come actually
Why would a
get
father
them.
of 15 children move an hour and a half away?